Hello everyone and welcome to the Rudy Show. If you're new to this channel, guys, I really appreciate the fact that you clicked on this video. Let me just get straight to it, guys. The conversation that I'm hearing so much about right now is the market crashing, right? Everywhere you look, people are just talking about how the market's gonna crash, how everyone is freaking out, it's gonna go into a recession. YouTube videos have all this red thumbnails and crash and my God, it's fire and brimstone. Everyone is talking about how the market is going to crash. During these times, guys, there's a lot of things that I need you to do. Okay, I really need you to understand exactly what's going on and what you should be doing. Because the last thing I want anyone to do during these times is just to start selling based upon information that other people are telling you. Okay, other people are causing hysteria because for some reason, guys, that's what gets the most clicks. I do not want you to do the same thing. Now, let's first talk about what exactly is going on. Right? It's basically Trump talking about tariffs, right? And also with inflation being as high as it is. With Trump continuously having these on and off talks about tariffs, it's causing a lot of uncertainty with a lot of investors. A lot of investors right now do not know if it's the best time to continue to invest in the US markets. So they're getting worried. And of course, you should get worried. If you are an informed investor, you should be paying attention to what's going on and you should at least be thinking about exactly what you should be doing, right? But you need to understand that we don't sell right now during these times. Right now during these times, guys, stock is extremely cheap. The prices are dropping down and it's making it affordable for you to make those purchases, right? All these beautiful US growth stocks that were really expensive, some high quality, great stocks, right now is the best time to use to start investing to it because it's now affordable, right? All these stocks that you've been looking at and you were afraid, now you can invest in. And remember this as well, right? Because I always talk to people about investing in the S&P 500. I don't do individual stocks, but if you do your research and you like some companies and you want to just put a small percentage of your income towards these companies you feel really good and confident in, you do your research and you just feel like this company is a company that's going to thrive, then go ahead and take some money and buy some of these stocks independently. But also remember, a lot of these stocks, right, if you invest in the S&P 500, is comprised in the S&P 500. So your portfolio now, for most people, they're looking at the 401k balances. If you're seeing it go down, just remember, guys, as long as you continue to invest, it's going to all go back up together, right? So your portfolio, your 401k is going to go up together, even though the market right now is not doing that great. Some of those great stocks that you have in S&P 500 is going to rebound. And when it rebounds, you build so much wealth. But if you sell now, like I'm seeing so many videos. I even seen one recently where a lady was saying how her parents' 401k was going down and she told them to sell to get out of the market because we're going to a recession. It's just people panicking and freaking out. That's not something you could do, right? Listen, my whole premise of my video and my channel is to make you guys smart, well-informed investors. I need you to become really smart and really informed investors. And smart investors do not follow the herd mentality, which is sell, sell, sell. Usually when everyone is selling, right, the smart investors are the ones buying. And usually when everyone is buying, the smart investors are the one that's selling. Because for some particular reason, guys, emotions and high emotions, that's usually where the herd follows. And that's not something that I want you guys to do. I want you to always remain calm and steady during these times, because hysteria, guys, is always going to be out there. It's going to freak people out, and the last thing you want to do is freak out during these times. You didn't invest, okay, guys, for 1 month. You didn't even invest for 2 years. You invested in the long haul, okay? You're trying to build wealth that way. You can hit financial freedom, and you wouldn't need to continually have to work a 9 to 5. This is a journey, and you're on this journey. So I want you to fully understand that selling right now and panicking right now doesn't matter. Who cares about all the noise that's going on right now? This is the economy and the market doing its thing, going up and down, it's always like that. And sometimes when it hits down, you freak out, but guys, when it comes up, it always goes higher. I know you remember a few weeks ago, it felt like damn near every month the S&P 500 or even NASDAQ was at an all-time high. That always was the case. Remember, it's always going to hit an all-time high, and you want to continue to buy once it goes on sale. Now, even with me saying all of that, right, because everything I'm talking about now is the US market. What I really need people to pay attention to is what's going on in Europe and in China. Okay, those markets right now are thriving. Okay, I first of all, I love the US economy. I always believe in it. I always believe it's going to be strong, it's going to come back, it's going to rebound. But we need to diversify, and we cannot ignore exactly what's going on over there right now. Recently, I seen, and I wrote this down, was in the iShares, right? The iShares for Europe, the ETF, since January 2025 has been up 13%, and China's ETF has been up 16%, right? And the S&P 500 has been down 4%. Okay, so we definitely want to look and see what's going on in these countries and why we should consider investing in these countries. And the reason why some of these stocks, right, and these companies are just thriving right now is the fact of why here in the US, we're trying to cut back on spending. Those companies in those countries are trying to increase spending, right? And they're increasing spending at an alarming rate. They're signing legislations now, and they're actually spending, which gives a lot of the consumers and a lot of the investors some optimism in some of these countries. Because, of course, you want to invest in countries that are trying to grow. Right now, the U.S. is trying to stabilize, and it's causing a lot of worry for a lot of people, but you certainly need to ride the wave of what's going on in the international front. So right now, if all you are is invested 100% in the U.S. stocks, do not just start selling stocks and just cash it out, okay? Let's not do that. Let's probably change and rebalance our portfolio a little bit and start investing in some of these foreign countries. Because, man, the stuff they have going on over there right now is really interesting in the long run. They're starting to spend so much money on defense spending, and every time, guys, defense spending gets increased, countries feel a lot confident about what they're doing, and investors do as well. I was reading in the Wall Street Journal, a lot of investors are already investing in China and into European countries, specifically like in Germany, and they're investing at an alarmingly high rate. So that's what you really need to do. We're not selling right now, okay, guys? We're just shifting our perspective, shifting how our portfolio is balanced, and start investing into those countries, into what those countries are offering. It's simple. As I said, you could just do an iShares Europe ETF. Just invest in the ETF, and that's it. Invest in those two, in the Europe ETF and the China ETF. Of course, don't just take my advice 100%. You start buying it, because really, guys, that's just my perspective, and that's how I feel about what's going on over there and why I feel like I should invest. I highly feel like you should do the same, but of course, do some research on your own, because investing, guys, you can't just take a random guy's advice on YouTube on investing. I can only lead you to a path where you could do some research and see for yourself if this fits your financial journey, if this fits your investment strategy, which when it's all said and done, that's the most important thing that I want you guys to think about. Okay, because in the US now, guys, the thing that scares me a bit about the US economy is this. Our GDP is highly dependent on consumer spending. And right now, with inflation being so high, consumers are not spending as much. With stuff, with groceries and rent being so high, a lot of people are not spending, and they're saving as much as they can. People taking less vacations, and they're saving way more at an alarming rate. The U.S. economy is built on consumerism and people spending. And if they're going to hold back, especially with tariffs coming in place, making things even more expensive, we do not know how long this is going to go. But if I'm not a betting person, but for me, being an optimist, I think Trump will see exactly what's going on right now with the market. And he did run, his whole campaign was running about making everything more affordable for people and bringing jobs back and making everyone richer. That if he sees that people are feeling stressed out right now about what's going on in the market, and he has something to do with it, I feel like he will pull back on the tariffs. I understand what he's trying to do, though, right? He's trying to bring jobs back by doing those tariffs, and he feels like that's the best thing to do, and we need to suffer just a bit more to get something that he's promising will be better in the future. But he cannot continue to do that for so long. And even if he does, guys, by investing in the Europe ETF and the China ETF, you are now diversifying. You're making sure you're not just going to get caught up with losing so much value in your portfolio. Well, there you have it, guys. Just please pay attention to what's going on in the market. And I really want to share that with you. If you feel like anyone can get some value from this video, share it with them as well. Hit the like, leave a comment, guys. And also just consider subscribing to this channel. Well, all I really do in this channel, guys, is I do reaction videos for educational purposes, and I just talk about what's going on in the market, on things that you need to do, and keep you guys informed. Catch you guys on my next video. Peace.